Okay, so I know it's been a while, but we're finally back on the PizzaCam project, and I've been getting a lot of requests to work on this, so I guess you guys will be happy to see this video posted. I don't know if from the last video I posted to now if I have more material or not. I would have to check. I just impromptu decided to get back on this project, and basically what I want to, in the past when I was filming those videos, I said, well, I'll film everything since you guys want to see everything, and I changed my mind about that. Moving forward, I'm just gonna post, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this. Maybe I'll post me doing something if I know that you can film me actually doing something, but for the most part, I'm not going to film everything like I did before. So the way we're going to focus on this project this point forward, since it's been a while and I don't actually know exactly where I left off, we're just going to try to put it back together. So I'm going to clean this base up. I never cleaned the base up. The base seems to be fine, and the head turn mechanism doesn't seem to be compromised at all. It seems to be set up fine. So we're just going to clean it up, and then we're going to start putting everything back together. Now, as far as the lift actuator, I don't have one. I do have an actuator that I thought might work, that I could repurpose to work. But the more and more I think about it, just this alone is kind of heavy. The actuator I have is a little undersized. It's the right stroke, but it's it has a different diameter, so it doesn't have the same amount of power. So for right now, I think we're just going to put it together without the lift actuator. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean it up and put it together without the lift actuator. And because even without the lift actuator, we can get it running. We can get head turn running, get all the eyelids and everything running. So I think, and I don't want to order any parts. I do have a lot of stuff in my stock just from doing multiple of these bots. And I think I have everything to get this thing running. So that's what I'm going to do, is just focus on getting it running. And I probably rambled on long enough, so we'll clean up this base and we'll start putting it together. Oh yeah, when I was cleaning out my shop, I found this piece here, and man, this looks like a robot piece. It looks like it came from one of these bots, but I don't think it, in hindsight, I don't think it did. I don't know what it came from, so I tie wrapped it here because I didn't want to throw it out because I didn't know if it went with a bot or not. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, so when I cleaned it up, I just used super grease remover, that purple stuff, and water, and then I blew it off and I let it sit outside in the sun to dry off. Obviously aluminum's no problem. I know some people like to polish the aluminum. I'm not really too worried about that. Just wanted to get the grease and grime off of it. But there is some steel parts here on some of these brackets. These rods are steel, and the pillar blocks. Now, are pillow blocks. I think they're pillar blocks. I don't know. I'm bad with the right nomenclature, but I was real liberal about spraying water on it because I thought, well, these pillar blocks, I can just pump grease in them and it'll make sure that no water was in there. It'll pump the water out and fill it up with grease. But these are actually they don't have a grease fitting on them. They're non-greasable. So what I'm going to do is I have some pneumatic tool lubricant. I'm just going to drop it in the bearing there to hope displace any water that got in there. I'm going to do the same for these pillow blocks here. And then I have white lithium grease. I'm going to coat this rail with white lithium grease just to keep it from rusting up. Plus, here in Florida, all this stuff will rust up just from the humidity we have. Now the thing is, originally this head turn mechanism is supposed to look straight on and then turn 90 degrees to the right. Currently they have it set up to just teeter-totter between left and right, and they have a like a little spacer in here. I am unsure if the reason they did that when they made it into PizzaCam, that they did it so the cosmetics don't hit. Part of me wants to put it back so it's straight and looking left, but it'll be just kind of a real pain if I put it back that way, and then it turns out that they did it because of the cosmetics. Now looking at it, it appears there's no rolling pins. It's set screw only, so that makes me think that maybe they had a rolling pin in there and they can't use the rolling pin because the rolling pin was set for straight and left. So that's a decision that I'm going to have to try to make. Where that really coated the rails, maybe I'll wipe it off some. Now I like using white lithium grease for everything, and that's what I already have here. I know others have found other greases that they say work better because white lithium grease does get gummy after a while. Okay, I decided to move it up on my workbench because I got tired of being on the floor, and that's why I have a workbench, right? So I decided that I am going to take this apart and put it back to the original so it looks straight and then 90. And if I have problems in the future, I'll put it back, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Plus, I thought for you guys it would be a good learning experience. I guess also this actuator seems to have good I'm not going to open up this actuator because it does seem to have good, it's holding its pressure good. So, yeah, I won't take the actuator apart, but I will take apart this spacer. So let's get in there and do it. Okay, first thing first, let me get my parts tray. We'll pull out this pin here. Just like that. We'll get some pliers. Now I just got a toolbox, so I'm not 100% used to where all my tools are, so I apologize. Okay, pin goes there. That is free. Now we'll get an Allen key and take that out. Let me try to use this tool, this Allen key tool first. See, I don't know if you can see it, but that's where the rolling pin's supposed to be, and there's nothing there. So I think they had to take the rolling pin out in order to make the changes they were going to make. And for those following along at home, that is eighth inch Allen. Well, the question is, can I get it to move? Now, theoretically, we need to move it. Let's see, what is that? No, that's not going to help us. So if I it is kind of stuck on there. So what I need to do is I need to shove something down in there to jam it up a little bit, and then see if I can okay, let me see if I can get big channel locks. Okay, it did move a little bit there, but I believe doing it that way, it's moving the wrong way. And doing it this way, oh no, it is hitting up against there. Okay. So I'm going to turn it while looking at it, and hopefully I can see the rolling pin at one point. Nope. So far, no. Actually, I believe that it's not, the holes aren't lined up straight, so I don't believe a rolling pin will matter. So actually what I just need to do is I need to just line it up. So when this actuator's at full stroke, it should be at 90, and it's way off. So it needs to go this way. Okay, still needs to go some more. Still needs to go some more. Okay, let me line it up for real just to see. Oh, I did it too much. So I need to put this like this. And just a little more. That actually looks pretty straight. So let me get some towels and a little greasy. Although the grease does keep it from rusting. And actually, I wasn't thinking about this right. I could have just lined it up like this the whole entire time. Okay, and then we will tighten up that. Now I got to take this back out to get to that Allen. What's that? There we go. Then we can tighten up the Allen. So technically a roll pin should be in there to really keep it from turning. But this move shouldn't be under a whole lot of force. Okay, don't want to strip it out. Pivot it back. Okay, we'll zoom out here a little bit. Maybe I should have been zoomed out the whole entire time. Okay, you see this is straight and then left. And I want to leave this spacer in because the way the cosmetics are, I'm afraid with the new cosmetics it'll hit this piece. I can always cut that spacer out. So I'm going to go ahead and put some white lithium grease on here to keep it nice and the shaft from rusting. Okay, so I think we're ready to put the head on. So, have the bolts right here. And according to what I have, it just has a fender washer on top and a lock washer on the bottom. Little teeter-tottery. And do you guys remember what size it is? Because I don't. And I haven't been really working too much to be able to name the sizes off the top of my head. I'm going to guess a 7/16. Yep, 7/16. How did I manage to remember that? Okay, tight. Okay, tight. You don't want to screw loose or he'll lose his head. Okay, so head straight, head left. And then we have mouth. Oh yeah, mouth has a really big spacer in it. And then, so that's 1, 2 functions. Eyelid right, close. Oh, this actuator is not happy. Wow. Eyelid left. That's 3, 4. Yeah, this actuator right here is not happy. Not happy. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then eyes crossed is 5. Did I forget it? Oh yeah, and then lift would be 6. But the actuator I have for lift is right here. Well, I don't actually have it for this project. I got this on eBay surplus cheap, so I have it for another project, but it is 18 inches, which is what it's supposed to be, but it's definitely not heavy duty enough. Actually, I thought it was 18 inches. But this is basically, it's called a total-o-matic actuator, and this is basically what the lift actuator is. And you can buy them new, but they're super expensive. I don't think I want to invest that much in it, not right now. But the downside of these is you have your air fittings up here, and it just works like a regular actuator where it pressurizes one side, and that pressure pushes on a piston that moves it up and down. The difference is that this has a cable. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. This has a cable, and that cable goes up through a sleeve up here that makes your seal, and that cable attaches to a plug that's inside this actuator, and the air pressure pushes that plug down, which then pulls and pushes that cable. So and the fact that this cable goes through that seal, if this cable gets dry, this cable has like a neoprene sleeve on it. If this cable gets dry, it will lose its air seal, and then air will just blow right by. So a larger one of this is what would have been used for the lift. The head rise, I believe, is the official term. But like I said, I don't have one, and at this point I don't feel like purchasing one. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to take a 2x4 and just leave it up high. Okay, so just found a random 2x4 is already that size, and put a bolt in the back, and then tie wrapped it down there so it wouldn't move. So that's how we'll keep it for the time being. Okay, before I end this video, I'm going to go and try to free up this actuator, see if I can get this actuator. See, it's already a little better. So first thing we're going to do is take off the fittings. Half inch? What do you think? Think it's half inch? I don't know, what was that? Something just exploded. Guess I'll find out eventually. Nope. What do you think? It's 7/16? Not half. It's not really 7/16. It's brass though, so it's kind of tight. I can get a 7/16 on there. Those fittings are not coming off because, you know, those fittings are brass on stainless steel. Yikes. Well, I don't want to open them up because that's going to be just asking for trouble. I was hoping to try to open the fittings up and then dump some pneumatic tool lubricant down in there. We'll see if I can work pneumatic tool lubricant down in there. Oh, have this thing. Okay. Stick it down in there. It definitely sucked it up. So this is like, warning, this is not how to do things. But these stainless steel actuators are not rebuildable. And then we do it on the top side here too. He got me. Well, that was not the right way to do things, but look, it freed it up. So this could benefit from that too. Okay, like I said, that's not the way to do things, but hey, it worked. Just got a little pneumatic tool lubricant in there and it freed it up. So, okay, I guess we'll end the video here. And next week, we will start working on the valve bank, which is always exciting. Thanks for watching.